want to talk about James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett. This is why I love their playing so much. Now, I've listened to Metallica since I was 7 years old. From 7 years old all the way to now. So since 1994. And I wasn't around to see Metallica in their prime with Cliff live. And I only wish I could be there. But what I love about Kirk is the fire in his playing, his solos, which he doesn't have that all that much now. But back in the day, man, on those old albums, he really had it. And he has Joe Satriani to thank for that. Satch taught him how to play the guitar. And Joe said about Kirk, he said, I taught Kirk Hammett. The kid was like 16 years old. I had no idea I was teaching someone that was going to change the face of heavy metal forever. And Metallica did that. They are the godfathers of thrash. And thrash is my favorite metal genre because of Metallica. So, Kirk Hammett, it's his fire in his solos, the angst of his solos, the attitude he puts across when he plays a solo. And then Hetfield. What do I love about Hetfield? His pulverizing riffs. Like there's things like that Master of Puppets, the whole rhythms, the whole song on the rhythm side punches you in the face. And it punches you in the face, doesn't let up until that whole 7-minute song is done. And then after Master of Puppets, the next song starts, and it's the same way. And it's just in your face, it's fast, it's loud, it's awesome. And I never really knew, when I first started listening to Metallica, I didn't know they were a metal band. I was only 7 years old. They had metal in their name, dude. Come on, man. And I was like, they're just a rock band, which in the 90s, starting with the Black Album, they did kind of go that rock route. But they've always stayed true to what they are. And what they want to do is more like it. They've always stayed true to themselves and what they want to do, what they want Metallica to be. Because, Metallica is for individuals. I didn't know that. When I first started listening to them, I thought Kirk did all the guitars. And I thought James just sang. I was like, how's Kirk playing all this stuff live? It's got to be really difficult. And then I got my first live VHS tape. And the first one I got was Cliff 'Em All from the 1986 Master of Puppets tour. And I seen James singing and playing the guitar. And I was like, whoa, that guy, that's talent right there. Because I can't play and sing to save my life. And I didn't even play guitar at this time, but I was just like, this band is it. This band is my band. My favorite band. And anytime Metallica was on MTV, or I was watching a video, concert video, or anything Metallica, I would not stop until it was done. And I would pop in, I had to go to school the next day. I'd pop in 2.5 hour Cutting Stunts VHS tape from the 90s. I wouldn't go to bed till the whole thing was done. It's just like when I heard them, I heard their guitars, heard the solos, Jason's bass playing, Cliff's bass playing, Rob's bass playing on some of the newer stuff. It just spoke to me. It's almost like it was calling to me, like, come on, kid, pick up a guitar, see if you can do this. And in my head, I was like, I'm going to do it. At 14 years old, I'm going to pick up a guitar. If I can play anything that Kirk Hammett plays, I'm the best guitarist in the world. In my head. And I ended up learning almost every solo that Kirk has ever recorded. Except for Damage Inc., Frayed Ends of Sanity, and Dyer's Eve. Now, on the technical side of things, Justice is by far their most technically challenging album to learn. Master of Puppets will kick your ass pretty good. But Justice, his playing in that, back in '88, he said in the Art of Kirk Hammett book I have that he felt the pressure from the guitar world being dominated by Satch and Steve Vai. That he felt the pressure to bring Metallica's music almost to that level and kind of pay homage to his instructor. I think he did it. I would say he did it. And then I got, I started getting all their cassette tapes throughout the 90s. And I got the Black Album. No, it wasn't the Black Album. It was Garage Incorporated, their cover album. I got that at like 9. And my mom and dad, they worked with a guy that was a big Metallica fan like me. And she tells him, yeah, his dad bought him that new Metallica album. And he was like, he shouldn't have that. I get home from school, get my little Discman, my little Walkman CD player. Gonna pop in this too. Garage Days Revisited. And my mom's like, I want to hear So What. And I just stopped and stood there. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, I heard it's not a good song that little kids should hear. I want to hear it. And my mom heard it. And my parents took that album away from me until I was about 16 years old. But that's what I love about Metallica. I love their, how can you put it? Fuck you attitude. Like, who cares what all the other bands are doing? We're gonna do what we want to do. And to me, that's why you should play music. Because you love it and it's what you want to do. If it comes from inside of you, you can't ever go wrong with the music that comes from your heart and your soul. Now, it might sound like a lot of bands you like, but there's something about writing something from your heart and your soul that makes you put your own stamp on it. And that's what Metallica did for heavy metal. They kind of came out and kicked everybody in the ass real good. And here they are, 40 years later. As of October, it will be 40 years that Metallica's been a band. Now, anybody that sees this, I want you to go in the comments, give me some modern band from rock or metal that you think is going to be around for 40 years. I bet you can't name one. Because I can't. I mean, I think, people love Avenged Sevenfold and Five Finger Death Punch. But I can guarantee you they're going to be washed up in 20 years. They won't be packing out arenas or stadiums in 40 years. I think this is probably going to sound shitty coming from a musician, but I think if Five Finger Death Punch didn't have the military support aspect of their music, they would lose relevance really fast. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to shit on nothing. I'm not trying to, shit on the military or nothing. I have family that have served in the military, and I respect all the veterans and everyone that's serving today. I'm just saying that for the kind of music they play, if they didn't have the military side of it, they'd lose relevance really fast. Metallica's never really lost relevance. Metallica's always been there. And even after the 4 members are gone, Metallica will still be here. They will be immortalized. And their music, their concerts, their DVDs, concert DVDs, VHS tapes, albums, music videos. But that's my thoughts, and the reasons that I love James and Kirk. They just spoke to me in their playing, and Metallica got me through a lot of hard times in my life. because I could just throw on a Metallica album, any album, and shut out the world for a while and feel good inside. And then at 14 years old, I was like, I'm going to try and learn one Kirk Hammett solo and one Metallica song all the way through. The first song I ever learned all the way through was Welcome Home Sanitarium. Can I play that stuff now? Probably not. I'm pretty rusty on a lot of the Metallica stuff. The newer stuff I can play decently, but the old stuff, a lot of it's starting to escape me. I may brush up on my tabs, get all my books out, and see if I can relearn some of this stuff and go back to being 14, 15, 16 years old again and learning Metallica songs. Because I can listen to them and then take a break from Metallica for 10 years. I've done it before. Come back after that 10-year period, and it's like I'm hearing them for the first time all over again. I mean, even for me, a 7-year-old, hearing Metallica's guitar playing, the drums, and the bass, and the vocals, made me say, I want to be in a band. I want to learn to play guitar. And it's going to be whatever this awesome, fast, killer music I'm hearing is. That's what I'm going to do. Now, I play guitar now, but I work a 9-to-5 job. Well, 7 to 3:30 at this point. But I still play all the time. I still love guitar. And I have James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett to thank for giving me that shove and sparking the love for guitar. Thanks to everybody that watches this. I appreciate it. And please let me know who it was for you guys that sparked your love of the instrument. Take care of yourselves out here in this pandemic. I know COVID's on the rise again. Here in my state, it is. So everyone, please take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. Live music is coming back. If you go to a show, be mindful and have a blast while you're there. And I'm hoping to see Metallica in my area on November 6th. If you're not that into Metallica, go to a show once. Go to one of their shows. It's bound to change your mind. Take care, everybody, and I'll talk at y'all next time. Peace.